Hey, this is BA, and welcome to WD Ganns Master Time Factor for all markets. We're going to be exploring what's called Ganns Master Time Factor. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. We're going to find out exactly where it's at and why it's relevant to all Forex markets. Very critical concept here. This was pulled from WD Ganns advertisements, one of the many. And it says courses of instruction. Some readers of Mr. Ganns' books want to take up his advanced courses after they have learned all they can from his books. 1936 Master Forecasting Method. This course includes his master time factor and cycle theory, enabling one to make up annual forecasts 1 year or more in advance on the general market or on individual stocks. It contains all his new discoveries made from 33 to 36. For the first time, this method is in shape so that it can be taught by correspondence. Note here, and this is what's so important to this specific video, note he says master time factor and cycle theory. He doesn't just say master time factor, because the master time factor is just a number. And you got to know what to do with the number, and that's the key, and we're going to be looking into that. Okay. When this presenter entered the Gann field some 20 plus years ago, everyone was looking for Gann's master time factor, MTF for short. Things have changed, but people are still looking for it. In this presentation, we will find where it's at. Here's our first problem. Let's say the master time factor is 186. It's not, but let's say it is. Hooray, we have found it. Now, what do we do with it? It is the application of the master time factor that we really want. Even if we find a number, it would be like finding a golden key on a deserted street. Great, but where does the golden key go? What does it unlock? You see? The master time factor is used to tie elements together. So you need it to get Gann's number system working. However, you do not in any way need it to get Gann's planetary system working. You know, a lot of people go after that number system first. It's called his law of vibration. And this presenter doesn't believe that that is a wise decision. And the reason for that is people that I have met that really understand Gann, and I know that they understand Gann, they came up through the planetary system into the number system. And the reason for that is there's certain elements in that planetary system you need to find and take with you into the number system. Okay? Very important concepts. And so the master time factor is not one of them. Okay? The master time factor does not work with the planetary system. I began studying Gann 20 years ago and am familiar with most books on the market. I have never seen anyone accurately describe the MTF in any measure. The real MTF is far too valuable. There is, however, one exception. If you have watched some of my other videos, you already know which book it is actually in. Ta-da! The Tunnel Through the Air by W.D. Gann. That's where it's at. That's where he put it for us. Robert Gordon's great campaign in major motors. On Sunday, June 19, 1927, Robert Gordon spent the day studying his charts and working out his cycles for stocks, cotton, and grain. He was short of major motors and was watching it very closely. On this day, he made a new and great discovery of a time factor from which he figured that major motors would decline until about June 30th, and then start an advance which would last until about September 16, 1927, when the company would be 19 years old. And at that time, the stock would reach final high and would then go down to February to April 1929. He figured that the stock should advance to around 270 by September 16th, and made up his mind to watch it closely and cover his shorts if it went down around June 30th, and then start buying the stock. On June 30th, it declined, and he bought in his short contracts and bought for a long account 50 shares of Major Motors at 192.5. He decided to pyramid it all the way up. Now, this is where it's at, folks. It's in the book Tunnel Through the Air. Now, I know, watching these videos, I'm sure you're thinking, well, there's got to be another way I can get to this. Well, I'm not aware of any, unless somebody just comes out and gives you W.D. Ganns system, you know, it's not in any books. Nobody really talks about it and stuff because it's just too valuable. So the only way I'm aware of to get it is through study of this book. Okay, The Tunnel Through the Air. You can get the book free on my site. Now, I know what you're thinking too. You know, our interest is in Forex markets. So here I got to study major motors. I have no interest in stock trading. Well, that's the key. It's the Ganns Master Time Factor is applicable to all stocks and commodities and Forex markets and indices and so on and so on. So in all markets, and that's the good news. Okay. If you have gained insight from my video, subscribe so you can get the latest on my free market calls, forecasts, commentary, and teachings. Knowledge is priceless. Hey, this is BA reminding you, you can succeed. Bye-bye.